Wendell, Kevin, that's a show. We talk about things you want to know.
So we had to do this stuff this week.
Hey, Kevin, I like your crazy hat. Okay, here we go. Here's the official intro. The Wendell, Kevin, and Kevin Show. Welcome to WKKS, the Wendell, Kevin, and Kevin Show. I'm your host, Wendell Watkins, and we're joined by two Kevins. Kevin Robinson.
Yes.
and
Kevin number two.
And Kevin Thompson.
Kevin number two.
Number two.
These guys are, never mind. I won't use the word I want to use. Glad you could join us for a discussion about everything and anything. Let's get right into it. Bam. Have I got something to, before I forget though, what you're just talking about, sometimes I have good news from the people are still alive that we knew of or knew a long time ago. I was really happy to find out that the great Lenny Moore is still alive. He's 93 years old. Almost, wow. Yeah, 92 years old. The great running back for halfback, they call him those days, halfback for the Baltimore Colts. He was everything. He could play he was bad. That was a bad dude. I was happy to see this morning that he was still alive. That was kind of cool. But
Lee Grant is 100.
Lee Grant is 100 years old. Yes.
100 years old, man.
That's so cool.
And been married to a husband who she's 14 years older for 63 years.
63 years.
Right. And her husband was born in 1939.
She's been married.
She married to her husband for 63 years. He was born in 1939. She was born in 1925.
She was in her late 30s. She married him. They're still married for us. 60.
He's still alive too?
Yeah, they're both alive.
Well, I hope so. She's still married to him. That'd be kind of sick.
He's like 86. You know,
he's a youngster compared to her.
Nice spry 86. Yeah, good for them too.
That's real good for them. I was gonna say though, this is all connected. You know, I'm always talking about how you can learn a lot about people from game shows. And like one thing is, you see people like, there's some people they just don't have it up here because they really want to win the prize. Yet they come up with these crazy ass things that don't make any sense. Like in Price is Right, where you can't go over, but you over to win, you have to be the closest without going over. And somebody bids 1,000, they bid 999. It's like it's not that the people are just stupid. It's just that they don't understand. A lot of times people don't understand the situation.
No, they're stupid.
Well, some people are stupid, true. but some people just don't understand the basic idea of logic and trying to figure things out. It's like they've been something has happened to make them not figure out that there's a logic to things. And instead of having a logic, what they do is they get to something they can't understand, and they rely on luck and a socially accepted phrase to say before they do something really dumb. Like just before they do something, you can tell something stupid's coming up because they say, "Well, I came here with nothing." That means they do something stupid.
Something stupid.
Some socially acceptable thing like, "Well, what's that famous they say all the time now? Go big or go home." In other words, I'm about to say something that don't make any sense, but I'm going to say this phrase first that everybody can relate to. So I'm not dumb. I'm just doing what we do. Which is dumb. Yeah. But anyway, I was looking at this show, and there this morning, and it was like Pointless is the name of the show, and you're supposed to know these facts. You don't have to really know facts at all. It's like they'll say like name of, for instance, this is crazy, but I'm just saying something so it'll be easy to understand real quick. Name of a president. So you have to name a president to be right. Whoever gets the most points loses. If you name somebody that wasn't a president, for instance, that's 100 points. That's the most you can get, right? So the idea is to name a president and be right with that answer, but to name one that will get the least amount of votes. So that in a survey, kind of like the opposite of Family Feud, right?
Millard Fillmore.
So you see something like Millard Fillmore.
I was just thinking that same president, Millard Fillmore. I'm serious.
But that's the idea of the game, right? And
Ray Kevin, stink alike.
So they had
That's right.
they had one. They said ballet terms, and so they had a list of ballet terms, and then you had to pick one that's then they have a couple of them that aren't really ballet terms; they're fake, right? But the other ones are real. So this guy was like, "Well, I got to get low points here, so I don't want to do something that's obvious." So he picked one and it was turned to be wrong. Now I was thinking while I was looking at the show in my usual way, and I yelled at the TV, "What the hell is wrong with you, man? You know that tutu is a ballet term, and you're like you got to score like 80 some odd points to get to lose, right? You can figure out what I'm saying. And so why would you say something else?" And then he said something else. Hey, little doggy. He said something else and it was wrong. He got 100 points and they were kicked out the show, right? And so like I'm saying, it's the basic. All this to say, sometimes people don't. It's not knowledge that they lack. It's even ability to figure out what's the best tact, the best tactic, the best strategy. They lack the basic idea of strategy of understanding not the facts, but understanding how to use what you do have in the best possible fashion. And then I happened to see this on Facebook this morning, and it kind of goes into that. It was from the psychologist Stanley Milgram, right? Who did that whole thing where they had people with the test person, and they were apparently giving them electric shocks. They didn't answer the question correctly.
Right.
You're hip to that, right?
I remember that.
Kevin?
Yeah, I remember
I was in that. I was number 10.
That was funny. Anyway, but a lot of people, they said like, we'll just keep on giving the shocks to people. I said, hey, don't you think we should stop just give them the shock every time I tell you to, and they would just do it, right? Anyway, Stanley Milgram in that experiment, he found that, and this is what I'm quoting it. He found that 80% of the population do not have the psychological or moral resources to defy an authority's order, no matter how illegitimate the order is. Therefore, only 20% have critical thinking capacity. And he says that explains a lot. but all that that a lot of people, it's not like they're stupid or they're crazy or something like that. It's just they don't even think in terms of how do I figure this out? They think in terms of who's going to tell me what to do next, or what have I been blessed with society that's all right to do? Because I used to wonder, even as a kid, why would they put out a song saying it's your thing, do what you want to do? They don't know that, or I am somebody. I'm somebody. You didn't know that? I mean, it's like a lot of times. I think all of us were very fortunate to grow up with moms and or dads that kind of made us realize, one, that it's worth asking questions, and we have ability to figure things out as a result of asking questions that got answered instead of told shut up and sit down. And two, that also along the ability to learn things like that, try to figure out things and use your brain, and to know you have something, you are somebody, have self-respect, without having to be taught it or say some mantra to believe it, is very important to your ability to think out, as they say, outside the box. Because without that, you don't have the courage to go outside the box. You're gonna be thinking like, you're not even thinking in terms of strategy. So you go and deal with what or no deal, and all you do is listen to the crowd. Go. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. No, you shouldn't go for it. Sometimes you should, but if you don't know the difference between when you should and when you shouldn't, you know there's a word for that, but it's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that out of my chest.
Yeah, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. That's a prime example.
That's a perfect example.
But at the time when it came out, it meant something because all the oppression and all that was going on. It still goes on today. I am woman, hear me roar, right?
Sure.
I mean,
sure.
So yeah,
I'm not saying there's no place for that, but
no,
it's
you're right.
sad that so many people need that or need something like that, or it's something like, I don't know. It should be taken for granted at a very early age. I think in many societies it is taken for granted at an early age that hey,
But
that you have a
Wendell,
voice.
but Wendell, it's just kind of a offbeat kind of a thought here. When Tony and her friend used to always win these math games in elementary school, a lot of people would get mad at her and her friend because they'd say, your parents are doing your homework and all this. They didn't, right? But I told Tony, I said, look, I know you're pissed off, but you got to think a little bit differently about this because a lot of their parents probably can't help them do this.
Yeah.
And I said, that's probably one of the sad things. We're talking about elementary school math here, and real basic stuff. And some of them can't do it. And if they didn't have help when they were kids and their parents didn't have help when they were kids, it gets passed down, and somewhere somebody got to break that.
Yeah.
Got to break that cycle. But instead they get mad at you.
Yeah.
And they get mad at your friend. They accuse you of just cheating, basically. That's what really pissed her off because they're accusing her of cheating.
No, it did, because you have a lot of integrity. That's the worst thing you tell somebody that they were cheating.
Right. So, man, I mean, yeah, it's weird. I mean, everybody is not, and education has nothing to do with it. My mother and father, my mother went to college for 2 years. That's it. But guess what? They taught me a ton. My father never went to college. So it's not about education.
Yeah.
It's just about sense. It's about having some sense.
I always say my grandfather, he went to a Jim Crow school because he was born in 1889. Jim Crow school, Tennessee, the fifth grade. Because after that, he had to work in the farm. It wasn't they didn't have a farm, but they worked in farming, agriculture, whatever. Chopping cotton or whatever it was. I don't know. It wasn't cotton in Tennessee, but wherever it was chopping, he was chopping something. But the main thing is that just like it says, not just official education. His education can come from anywhere if you keep your eyes open. And they was always taught to question. Number one, to question things and to look for an answer. And, a lot of people are told, don't question, just do what you're told. Shut up. And that's a terrible way to learn.
See, he's born in 1889.
It is born the same week as Charlie Chaplin and Adolf Hitler.
So your grandfather still living?
Hold on a second. I got to get something out of my nose. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed my nose. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin was born on Wednesday. My grandfather was born on Thursday, and Hitler was born on Saturday. I'll say 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right.
Hitler's still living.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's with Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, him and Jimmy
in Argentina.
Hey, man, why you so mad? What's up with you, man? What's the chip on your shoulder, baby?
Yeah, man. Well, you remember watching what was that show? Press Your Luck. And people would do the same thing. Like if they got a guy with a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's okay. He got like 3 whammies. So the other guy, he has, a bunch of turns left. And the other guy, the third person is out. Okay. So then you see him, they sit up there. I said, okay, go ahead, get a couple spins, get a little money, and then pass him over. Now, this guy, he's trying to catch up with him. He doesn't. Now, here's what's funny. He didn't whammy out, but he went all the way down to one last spin.
Exactly.
So he was behind by like, $10,000. So he passed it over to this guy. This guy hits for 200 and wins. I said, you idiot.
Exactly.
One of them stupid people.
But you know what? There's an old parable about that. It's like they don't understand the basic idea, basic strategy. There's this old parable about these 2 guys out in the woods, and all of a sudden this bear is there, and he comes running after him, and he says, "Man, we got to run faster than this bear." He said, "No, I got to do is run faster than you."
Right. Right.
It's like those guys, that is a perfect example. He didn't have to run faster than the Barry. All he had to do was run faster than that guy. But he didn't. They want to go catch up. I see them on Pressy Luck all the time.
All the time.
It's a basic idea in a lot of people's heads as they go through life. And you see in the different life things where you don't have to do this. You don't have to put yourself under certain pressures or certain deadlines that you think you have to in order to complete your task. But it's like George and Seinfeld with Kevin Johnson with that. But we're making good time, but you forget what you're here for. With that kind of so much is shows and game shows. I see.
Who was the host of that? Pressy Luck.
What was his name? He got Tomarkin.
Peter Tomarkin.
He got killed in a plane crash. Him and his wife. Unbelievable.
Private plane. He was doing some good with it too. Yeah, bringing some medical supplies or something.
It's a shame. That's every time I look at the show, I can't forget that he died in a plane crash.
Okay, let's quit talking about that because my bad taste is about to come up now.
Uh-oh.
My bad taste in jokes, right? Yeah, right. So we'll leave that alone. Right. We'll make one more trip.
No whammy. No whammies.
Yeah,
no
right.
whammy. Yeah.
No whammy.
I don't think I've ever watched that show.
You're all right. You're doing good. You're doing good. Your shirt looks like you're like huge, man. I mean, are you wearing something
with a little head?
It looks like it's the angle of the camera, man.
Yeah, you look big.
You look like you're around 500 pounds.
Well, see, I got a real big head, so I got the angle here, so it don't look that big.
I still look big.
Oh no! Well, you know something, man. Both of our heads look like pills, don't they?
Pills.
The thing is about the camera. Let's see.
No, not yours. You got.
I have a big old blockhead, though. See.
You got. I'm glad you grew your mustache back though, because you was looking weird when you was clean shaven, man. You look like a damn psycho, man. You did. You look like a psycho, man. I said, who's this dude?
Why did you cut it? You had something in it?
No, Wendell, you gotta understand it's the pictures that you sent me that made you look like a damn psycho.
Wait a minute. That was funny. You said, what did you say? You said, what did you say? I can't remember what you said.
Who, me?
About what?
Yeah, about me.
Oh, you had something in it? You had to cut it?
You already said something in it. That's what it was. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Well, here it goes.
Something in it wouldn't come out?
I look like a psycho in this picture.
Yes. Look at that. He look crazy as hell. He look crazy as hell, man.
I trust you. I believe it. No, I can't see it. Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Plus that smile. That smile is weird, man.
I know it. You look, man, happy. Yeah, right. Yeah.
a little bit crazy. Just a little. Weird.
Look at that. You look happy like you just chopped somebody up. That's how happy you look.
Don't send me that one, please.
Right. Okay, this is more like it.
Oh, you sending another one?
No, that's another. You can see it. I look surprised.
You ought to put that on Match.com and see what happens. Man.
That was funny.
You probably get a lot of them women that write to guys in prison.
Yeah, right.
Also, I'll say a couple of birthdays. Rock and roll birthdays today. She's dead now, but Mary Wilson, and but the guy who's still alive, David Gilmour. That's kind of cool.
He should be 80 now. He should be around 80 years old now.
I think he's over. I think he's over 80.
Yeah, 80. He was the coolest looking one of Pink Floyd back in the 70s. He always had this real cool look to him when he was playing. But Pink Floyd, I used to tell people Pink Floyd took the type of pictures that I like. There was no bullshit to them. There's no posing. They just, sit there and just look at the camera. Okay, take a damn picture. And then
Yeah,
that was it. That's what I always liked about them, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had third row seats for them at the Olympia for the Dark Side of the Moon.
Olympia.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That
Lucky
was
you,
sweet.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Lucky you, man. Lucky you. I've never seen Pink Floyd.
I never saw Pink Floyd.
My buddy's mother was the vendor, and she passed out the uniforms to the
right.
vendors.
You tell me about this. Right.
And so we just went down to see her, and then she took us on the main floor to meet the security dude, and he took us down there to a couple seats right out front, man. It was sweet.
That's nice. That is nice, man. Yeah. I saw Roger Waters a few years, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. He was spectacular.
Yeah.
He really was.
We saw the Pink Floyd tribute band.
Oh, Britt Floyd, yeah.
Britt Floyd.
Yeah, Britt Floyd, yeah. But Waters was. I wanted to see Nick Mason's "Saucer Full of Secrets" when they came to the Fillmore, but I missed them. So that would have been interesting. But I've never seen Gilmore live or Mason live, so it's sort of like Cream. I saw 2/3 of Cream. I saw Jack Bruce live a couple times.
Wow.
And of course I saw Ginger Baker.
Yeah.
Now Eric Clapton is coming. He's touring. Now he has a new tour coming up, but I don't have no interest in seeing Eric Clapton.
Yeah, me either. He's not gonna. If he does a Cream, it's gonna be 1 or 2 songs. That's gonna be a medley, and that's gonna be it. He's gonna fade on all the Clapton stuff.
I saw Jack Bruce with David Sanchez. Jack Bruce, David Sanchez, Clem Clemson, and Billy Cobham.
Whoa!
Wow, Billy Cobham.
Yeah. And then the next time I saw him, he had Bernie Royale with him.
Whoa,
and Ginger Baker.
Ginger Baker.
No, that one. The first one was at Harpo. The second one was at the Ritz in Roseville.
Oh, the Ritz, man. Wow. David Sanchez, Billy Cobham, and who would you say was
Clem Clemson from Humble Pie.
Clemson of Humble Pie.
That was at Harpo's?
Yeah, it was at Harpo's, man. Like 1980, somewhere around there.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, so then I saw him with Baker. So I saw Baker and Bruce as a rhythm section, but they had Bernie Royale, and I forget did they have somebody from Funkadelic probably on guitar. I forget.
Oh, really?
I have to look it up. Yeah, man. But both the shows were great. That's my boy. Jack Bruce, my favorite bass player.
But he's bad. And he can sing like an angel. He's a great voice.
Yeah, he can. His falsetto was one of the best.
Yes, he was bad.
Yeah, he sang a falsetto. He was something else.
I didn't hear his version of Theme for Imaginary Western until the computer era. I knew that he had wrote it, but I didn't know that he had his first album, his very first album, he left the Cream.
Right.
I never heard it until the computer era. Heard everything on YouTube. Said, "Well, that's a good version." Frankly, I like Mountains better, but I really like his a lot too.
Popularity was nice, man. Popularity was bad. And Tony, it was funny. I remember, Tony was younger and stuff, and we were riding around. And I happened to put that tape in Mountain, and that song came on. She's like, "Who is that?" It's so funny to watch your kids begin to discover some of the stuff that you liked. Yeah. At the same time, digging some of the stuff they like. Like she hit me to Emily King, and she Leon LaHavas. She told me about Leon LaHavas. Leon LaHavas from Britain. She did a great version of Radiohead's. Is it Little Fishes? Something like that. Fishes.
Got me.
Yeah. No, it was a great version, but it's funny how many diehard Radiohead fans they got in the comments. She needs to leave that alone. So, fucking gatekeepers all the goddamn time.
I know. I never understood that. Even the thing where if you like this, do you like this or that? Well, maybe I like them both. What's wrong with that? And if you don't, then what the hell is the problem? Why do you have a problem with me liking both? What the hell is the problem? I don't understand that shit. It's crazy. No. It's like they don't really like music for the music. They like music for the honor they think it bestows upon them.
Yeah.
Appreciating this and not that,
Well, that's the reason I don't like to say who's the best. I just like to say who's my favorite. You know, and I remember this guy one time. I wrote on this feed, somebody's feed on Instagram, and I wrote I said, yeah, my favorite drummer is Bill Bruford. And this guy wrote back, you ever heard of Neil Peart? I said, fuck. I said, yeah, I've heard of him, and I saw him. What the fuck is your point? Now I'm getting belligerent with him, and the guy said, Jesus, man, calm down. I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah, why would you say
that? Bill Bruford, I probably heard of Rush, okay?
Thank you. And so it's that kind of thing is so crazy because it's in lots of, not just music and sports, and it's because you like this one person. Why is it incumbent upon me to like them too, or else I get called names or yelled at? It doesn't make any sense. It's just crazy.
Make no sense.
Make no sense. Dave, my big brother, he said at work one time, he was talking about some guy. They were arguing about who they thought was the better player, which is fine. I think this guy's better. And then, but this one guy started saying, instead of saying somebody was better, he said, "Oh, so and so." It was somebody like really good, like Elgin Baylor or Will Chamberlain or somebody like that. And instead of saying, I think my guy was my favorite, I thought he was a better player because of this. He said, instead it's like, oh, Elgin Baylor wasn't shit.
Right.
Elgin Baylor wasn't shit. Okay. So now I know what I can do with your arguments. Ignore them and walk away because you're a fool.
Well, they talked about the big hot spot in basketball is LeBron James, of course, right? Yeah. And they talked about how LeBron James he broke Kareem's records for field goals, and then one guy he wrote something. He said it's just a point of fact. He said he scored more points than Michael Jordan with 1,000 less field goals, and he brought all these facts up. And then this one guy wrote, "He's a compiler. Fight me on that." And it's like, fuck you, okay? Just say you hate LeBron James. Just fucking say it.
It's like everybody. That reminds me of that statement, that kind of statement too. I remember back when Pete Rose was going for that. He was just beat Wee Willie Keelers, and he was trying to get DiMaggio's record. And some more than one person said this stuff. Jermaine says. It's like, well, he could bunt and get singles, and that would break, as if that's cheating. If everybody could just bunt and get singles, they'd do it all the goddamn time.
Well, yeah,
it didn't make any sense. What are you talking about? A compiler. Everybody. Oh, he's just a compiler. So everybody can just keep playing all-star level to they're 40 years old. Right. Everybody can do that.
He compiled 53,000 points. He's averaging 21 points, like 6 rebounds and 7 assists, and he's 41 fucking years old. Just say you hate him. Just say you hate him.
Exactly, because there's no common sense.
Now Jordan, in his last few years, he went down. He wasn't the Jordan of old. Injuries and all that, and age took their toll. But how many people have you seen playing like LeBron James? And you're starting to see more like Kevin Durant, who's 37.
Yeah, which is great.
Okay. He's 37 years old and he's like 6'10", 6'11". He's a big guy, and he's still playing at a high level. Yeah. These guys are taking care of themselves better. If you play for 20 years, one guy said, if you play for 20 years, you get that many points. I said, no, you won't.
Thank you.
No, you won't.
Guys that say that they don't understand, in order to play for 20 years, you had to make the team for 20 years. Most people can't make the team for 1 year. Right. You got every year to show that you can play on the NBA level for 20 years. That in itself is an accomplishment.
But believe me, Wendell, if somebody is listening to this, they're going to go, oh, they don't know ball. They don't know ball.
The people that say that don't know shit, but that's all.
Yeah, right.
It's like they don't understand. If you talk to any athlete, especially athlete that's played on that level, they'll say, man, you got to be a bad son. Just to sit on the bench, you got to be a bad dude. You can't show
10 years,
up here.
But 20 years in the NBA,
and
then half of those years, he was playing for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
He won 4. he lost 6, right? Oh, he lost 6 of them. I said, would you take that? I take that for the Pistons. If they said for the last 20 years, the Pistons have been in the championship series of the NBA 10 times, and we lost 6 of them. Okay, yeah, that'd be disappointing, but you won 4.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
now,
you, which is very good.
Yeah, well, you would think, but not to these guys. And you say, well, who are you with? Or you with the Orlando Magic? How many of y'all won? None. Okay, you know.
Who are all these fools you talking to all the time?
A lot of people don't. Again, back to
social media. Social media.
That's the problem. The good thing about social media is everybody can talk and everybody has equal voice. The bad thing about social media is everybody can talk, everybody has equal voice, because a lot of people don't need to have equal voice because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And and worst of all, they're not trying to figure out what to talk. They just want, but then people use it for different things. Some people use it to try to figure out things, get more information, try to understand, learn from other people as well as to teach themselves. But some people just use it because, nobody listens to me at work. Nobody listens to me anywhere because I'm crazy. But I can talk here and like everybody. They have to listen to me.
Say what you really believe too.
Yeah,
it's true. What was this thing what do you call him, Captain? What do you call him, Captain Key? What do you call him, Captain Keypad or something like that? Captain Keyboard or?
Oh, keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors. That's it. Keyboard.
Right. Well, the people that can talk trash to you behind the keyboard, and they think that when I first started getting into this, you'd see people say, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Mm-hmm. And I would say it depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true too.
If it's political, and I think if it's misogynistic, I think I could say something against that. Right. But for me to just throw my piece out there, like for instance, somebody says, "Hey, I saw Taylor Swift at the Eras tour. Man, she was great." I'm supposed to type in "she ain't shit." What?
Yeah.
What?
And why do that?
What's the point of that? That make you feel better because you're pissed off about your own life? I mean, what is it? The opinions are not necessary.
Yeah. Thank you.
Every opinion is not necessary. And well, I'm just saying what I think. Nobody asked you.
Like Trump.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Nobody asked for his opinions.
No.
Hell no.
Man.
That idiot. Yeah.
It's a whole nother can of worms there, boy.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. They got a guy here in Detroit, man, who's running for governor. and I forget
Johnson.
his name. Yeah, that's him.
What's his name?
Like Johnson, something like that. I'm he big Donald Trump lover. I said, listen to this clown. So I guess you're a pedophile too, huh? Okay, yeah.
That's not a deal breaker with me. That's not a deal breaker.
It's ridiculous when they say shit like, they caught the Democrat. They caught him stealing money. See there? Wait a minute. You voted for a guy that stole billions and had all this fraud shit going on. You can't say shit, okay?
They say he's working for free though. He's not taking a paycheck.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, man. This country sucks, man. It really does.
And for a long time. 250 years of slavery, extortion, and bullying. And you can be. I mean, it's a big. If people that don't understand the difference between the people and the country, then I think a lot of people think they have to. Back to that whole thing about people unable to figure out what reality is. They think I've already said that, so I have to be loyal to everything like this because I can't think of my own. What the hell is it?
It's sick, man. It's just what are you gonna do? I mean, some of these folks, man, they're just lost. They're fucking lost, and like we talked about it the other day, Wendell. I said, look, if I knew a friend of mine that really supported Trump, I'd tell him, look, kiss my ass, get away from me, and I don't care what happens. 5 years from now, if everything kind of goes back to the same old normal bullshit that happens, and they said, man, we could be buddies. No, we can't because you're fucking. I mean, look, Harris, Biden, all them, they're all cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
We know that. We know that. We know that. But I guarantee you, it wouldn't be like this shit. This motherfucker's just doing anything, you know. And all, but I mean, tearing down parts of the White House, taking down. We're not going to observe Black Holiday. He's just showing you how much of a racist he is. So if you agree with that shit, and don't tell me you support him for your taxes. I don't want to hear that shit.
It's a different level. If that's
it's they like his immigration or something like that. Turn a blind eye to everything else.
Racism is not a deal breaker for them. And a lot of these things aren't a deal breaker for them, but they are a deal breaker. And I think that's the thing about it is it's not so much the Democrats are good, but the people that like the Democrats, most of them are good people. The people that like Trump, most of them are not good people.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's the difference. The people like the politicians we're talking about, Democrat and Republican, we don't know these. These guys aren't the people that walk among us. They aren't the people that whatever. But they represent something to most people. I don't think it's even what they are. It's not even what they say they are. But what they represent to people that's the world of difference is. It's not there's not a world difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But there is a world difference what they represent.
Right.
And that to me is more important because that's the only part that makes a difference. Because the only thing that makes a difference to me with the people we run with is our people. The people that we're with. And then we're the people we interact with, not those guys. Not those guys at the top, quote unquote, top of the dung heap.
Yeah, once somebody heard he said something about we might have some stuff happen here in this country, and a few people may have to die. You know, it's like, damn, man.
Yeah, what the hell? What's up with that? Just straight up.
Yeah, well, that's the way he is. You know, and see that. But Wendell, decades ago, we've had conversations over the years. You know, but I said this country ain't gonna understand shit until some shit happens on this land.
For real. Yeah.
Okay. And when you look up and you got a bunch of people that don't look like you coming down the street with guns ready to fire your ass up, then you probably figure it out. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And where's your boy at? Well, he gets to go to an underground tunnel. You know. Well, your stupid ass is out here getting lit up. Okay.
Yeah. I like how they keep saying that Barron can't be in the military because he's 6'8" or something.
Yeah, right.
And then they turn around and say, "What about what's his name? Robinson? David Robinson?"
Yeah, David Robinson, right.
He was 7 foot tall.
Kevin Thompson.
I was in there. I was 6'8".
Long, tall Thompson.
See that? See that?
He was in the military. None of those guys. Well, that's the thing about it. Y'all go. I'll be back here at 17. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these people are stupid enough to keep doing it.
Well, even the people that really support him and they think they bad at Proud Boys and all that, you know, you can say, well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna do for you, Proud Boys. We're gonna put you all on a transport plane and dump your ass off in Iran. Go do your thing.
Yeah, be proud.
You can go out and kill as many people as you want there. Go ahead
and try. Yeah.
And then one of
them get the most people.
Yeah, but when they get captured, they'll be the first ones on there. Get the ambassador to Iran to come get me. Fuck you. Leave him there. You know?
They'll be spilling all the secrets, too.
Oh, man. Kevin, you're so right. You know, it's like criminals. They talk all this shit. Yeah. Snitches get stitches. You rat, you die. Oh, you're caught, Kevin. Oh, yeah, you know, Wendell did it.
That's my first line of defense.
You know, I never did like that.
Yeah, people fold like clothes on a line, man. It's ridiculous. You know, and why do it? You know, what the old mafia guy said, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. You know,
my favorite of the whole thing though is this is not really diverse. This is why I like conversations go. My favorite on that is Joe Valachi, who was a no good son of a bitch. Don't get any mistake about it.
Absolutely.
But when they put his ass in jail, he had no intention of telling anybody anything because he was a guy. He was a soldier, man. He was a stand-up guy. He wasn't gonna say shit. Then they put a hit out on him anyway. Right. After that, he said, I'm gonna tell somebody I don't even know. I'm gonna tell her, put a mic in front of me, please.
Yeah, that was Genovese. Vito Genovese did that.
That's right. Yeah. And he outlived Vito, which is You know.
That's the same Vito Genovese. I understand that when he was younger, he liked this woman, but she was already married. So he had his boys grab the husband, throw him out of a window. I mean, these people,
They're
like, they're nuts. I had a guy at work. Well, I had a guy at work years ago in the warehouse. He was wearing a Lucky Luciano shirt, right?
no.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I went up to the guy and I said, "Look, man, I can't legislate what you wear, but why are you wearing that?" He said, I like his style." I said, "What are you talking about? His style?" Yeah, I mean, were you trying to say, well, he organized the 5 families and he had a foresight to organize people to do what?
Yeah, right.
Prostitution, murder, extortion,
Yes.
right? If you own the business in New York and you got 3 guys walk in and say, "You're going to give me 30%, or else we'll blow your place up." You like that kind of
Yeah,
style?
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
besides, yeah, one thing he did do, he was all in time. He'll do business with Jews and black people and everybody. He did that.
The
I said, but
equal
at the same
opportunity asshole.
right. But do you think he treated the blacks equally with him? No. No, he didn't. But you like his style. I said, this is silly, man. This is
Yeah.
really silly.
It's,
Luciano. I mean, Al
it's
Capone, they had the Al Capone t-shirt.
yeah.
Like,
Scarface with
Unbelievable.
Al Pacino.
The whole thing is crazy. It's like, and then they have all these great people that did all these wonderful things. Most of the people will never know their names, right? They just stood
right.
up for themselves. Or people like my mom, the story in there. She went to work with 3 crazy little boys and went to work every day. Your mom would raise all these kids. And then, and my mom, they went to a lunch counter in Detroit that was segregated. The way they would sit people, and her integrated group without thinking about this. No, we're not going there. We're gonna sit right up in front today at Greenfield. What's the name of that place? Greenfield restaurant. Wherever they sat there, they said we're gonna do today because the civil rights movement was going on. They decided to do it that day. These guys and things like that. All these heroes like that, John Doe's and Jane Doe's, all of them. But who they make a movie out about? Some son of a bitch, goddamn gangster, played by Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
What is that all about? And people just
right.
like, see, we were gangsters too. We had big businessmen wiping out people too. What's wrong with these guys? And
a lot of them
Buffalo soldiers. Why
recognize.
are you bragging about Buffalo soldiers? Well, we went out and murdered Indians too. What the hell is wrong with these guys? Now you talk about their grandmothers and grandfathers. That's what they should be talking about.
Well, Richard Pryor said that too about the Buffalo Soldiers. Richard Pryor would do these little sidebars sometimes, which to me were very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, she hate that stuff. Talking about people talking about like Buffalo Soldiers. He said, yeah, how come you don't ever include us on that? We killed the Indians too. And then he said, "Won't you shut the fuck up?" He said, "You want the Indians to hate us? He said, everybody else hates us. Now you want them to hate us too.
Yeah. It's crazy,
man. Because crazy, we want to assimilate so bad.
So bad. And that goes in general. I mean, it's like you get some poor white dirt farmer from bumfuck Mississippi. Civil War, like, I'm gonna fight for the master. Why? I don't be bad. I'm better than those niggers. No, you're not. You're with them, you stupid son of a bitch. But you're gonna die for the slave master who still won't let your ass in the front door, you stupid son of a bitch.
Well, we still got, we got that happening now.
It's happening right now.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas and others, they go for Trump, they wear a red tie, and then when he gets in office, they don't get a job. And they still don't say shit. Because they're hoping.
One of them will get the HUD job.
Yeah.
Right.
The head of HUD.
Right.
That's reserved for y'all to see.
It's funny, they can never go back to the old neighborhood though, Hey man, I want y'all to understand that I'm sorry. No. And that's, to me, and that forgiveness has always been a tool to keep the oppressed.
Put you that way, yes.
Damn right. Right. And that means you can do what you want to do to me. And if you come back and say you're sorry, if I don't accept that, then I got a problem. which is wrong. I'm sorry. You know, it's like look, one thing I did want to mention from last week was that dude that had Tourette syndrome that shout out niggas.
Yeah. Well, tell me about that, because I'm not aware.
He's
I know how Tourette's works.
Well, he got Tourette's, and Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo came out to present an award, and he blurted out niggas. Niggas, right? Now, my response was, I hope they go over there and slap the Tourette's out that motherfucker. Because, no, I'm sorry, and I'm going to tell you why. Was that
an award show?
Yes. He said it. He said it out loud. And here's what I'm mad about. That guy is hiding behind his condition. You had women out there. Did I hear bitch? No, you had Mexicans. You had all these different people there. But when he comes on, the first thing you say is niggas. Everybody, well, you gotta understand. No, I ain't gotta understand shit. Okay, I'm tired of this bullshit. Because every time somebody, if you don't be classy about it. They were so classy. Yeah, because if they would have showed their true feelings, then everybody would have ganged up on them and said they're wrong and they're taking advantage of this poor man. It's just like when you see this stuff on social media where you had a guy that this older guy started messing with this younger dude, just pushing him on, and the dude was getting up like, man, leave me alone. And the guy hit him, and he just, then the guy hit him in his nuts twice with his fist. This guy finally turned around, cracked his ass a couple times, and when the guy leaned forward, he took his knee and hit him right up under his chin, knocked his old ass out, right? And then you heard somebody going, stop. And the comments were right. They said, what do you mean stop? I didn't hear you saying stop when this guy was acting a fool. But yeah, of course, the young guy will get all the heat, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm 70. I don't have a chance. I don't have I can't go up some guy twice my size and start talking shit thinking I can hide behind my age.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Well, I think the thing, I don't know about this particular thing about with Tourette's, but I do think that if somebody has Tourette's and they're going to be in a situation like that, it seems like they should either say, no, I shouldn't be here because I'm liable to say the wrong thing, or something, I don't know, something, like maybe seems like somebody would have thought about something like that before it happened, somewhere along the line. I'm ignorant about the situation, but it seems like there should have been something to try to avoid that from happening in the first place.
But I'm not going to sit up here and I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. I don't give a fuck what he got. Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody else that was up there, different folks, women. I didn't hear him say bitch. I didn't hear him say none of that stuff. Wendell, I said. In other words,
you're saying that Tourette's or not, there's something in him when he sees black people. That's his word.
Well, right. He didn't even say black people. Yeah. I mean, right. I'm walking down Alexandrine. This is a few years ago. This guy was walking like a German Shepherd. It was a smaller German Shepherd, kind of pup, and he's walking it. And I'm in Midtown. All these white folks are walking down the street. Oh, there's your dog. I could see him. They pet the dog, and he's so nice. Dog wagging his tail and shit. Oh, this. As soon as I walked back the door, he growled and leaped up to attack me. Okay? All right, Wendell? Right. See that? I guess the dog had Tourette's too, huh? But I grabbed the dog by the throat and started choking this little bastard, okay? And the guy says, man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I just held the dog. I didn't want to kill him or nothing like that, but I just held him. And I said, what the fuck did you teach this dog? What did you teach him? I said, I saw all these white folks walk past this dog. As soon as they see me.
Serious though, did you have a ham sandwich in your back pocket?
Oh, man. I was eating some fried chicken with. I was eating some fried chicken. Okay. Yeah. The hell you think? But it's funny. What did he teach this dog? Why would this dog do this?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the same with him. All this. Well, he got no. It's not Tourette's. No. I know Tourette's, they'll say shit that just come out of their mouths and all that. I get that. But why did that come out of his mouth when nothing else was coming out of his mouth that entire fucking night? And then he had some half-ass, wasn't even an apology.
Was he the host or something? What was he doing on
No,
stage?
he was just in the audience. They had probably some documentary, some shit about him.
Wait a minute, he in the audience and yelled it out?
Huh?
How did the crowd react?
How did they hear him?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I just read about it. Okay.
But they heard it on stage.
They heard. Well, the crowd heard it too. Everybody heard it.
Oh, what? That's what I'm tripping on. I thought he was on. I got the impression everybody heard.
He's in the audience. Yeah, he's in the audience.
So he had to say loud enough for everybody. Yeah.
You in the Oscars. You in the Oscars. They're never. You know. Okay, right. I mean, no, and I'm not buying this shit about his condition. Fuck that. I don't hear that.
All of the other people. I see now. I'm getting to understand. I thought he was like a hand. No. He was okay. All these other people. He never said anything. Then when he said black folks, he said
when he saw some black people, he said that shit. Fuck him. Sorry. I'm not buying. Hey, and funny part about you talk about your mother with the lunch counter. One of the funniest things I ever read was this guy. This down south, he said, "Yeah, we fought to be able to sit at the lunch counter." Yeah, I remember. And the first time I did, I didn't even like the damn food. Yeah,
but somebody said rightfully so. They were sitting on the back of the bus, and somebody said, "Hey man, we don't have to sit on the back of the bus." He said, "No. I like sitting on the back of the bus. I don't want to be told I have to sit on the back of the bus." Right. That's right. Yeah, I want the right to it. Yeah.
That's the difference. We always said that the right to vote is the right not to vote as well.
Absolutely.
So you want to have the option of voting.
Have the option.
Yes. And that's what the people say. If you don't vote, it's your fault. Well, yeah. I heard 90 million people or whatever it was. So many folks that didn't vote in this last election. So the only thing about that is that is a strategy of those assholes. Because they know they're going to vote.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to vote. Yeah. Now the point is, you can say, "Well, I don't want to vote. I don't want to vote for her either. Fuck her too." Okay. Now that we're in this shit, what do we do? I mean, but what's the plan? What's the plan?
The thing about the United States is it's like one of the only countries where this of this size and alleged democracy that only has two parties. That for people, United States, let's face it, this is the most backwards nation philosophically and politically. What they call liberal here, most countries would call right wing. I mean, it's unbelievable how backwards it is a lot. But most countries have at least three parties and usually several, and a parliamentary thing where it's not about this. Well, you have to pick one or the other. Hey, that's all we got for you.
Lesser of the two evils. Lesser of the two evils.
All the time. Like I said, lesser of two evils means they're both evil. But I vote every time. I vote in every election. Okay, for one major reason. So nobody can tell me, "Oh, you didn't vote. You got nothing to say." I voted, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Right.
You wear that sticker?
I never wear the sticker though.
You don't wear the sticker?
No, I don't wear the sticker. You're not wearing the sticker. You're not wearing the sticker, huh? You too good to wear the sticker?
Too good, man.
Yeah. It's so messed up here. Yes. And this country was founded on bullshit anyway. But
hypocrisy. We the people. Freedom. Now slave, get my coach.
Yeah, except for that 3/5 guy over there. Yeah,
Make America great again.
That's right.
I always like that people say, "When was it again?" You're talking about when was it great? Yeah. And then you talk about, you see, wait a minute, you're like a robot. Everything's going on. Wait a minute, you're upsetting me. I'm already linked to this. I have to think a certain way, and you're throwing it. I'm have to think. I'm have to use my mind and figure things out. I don't want to do that. Please stop, you son of a bitch.
Part of me loves it when they have this guy with his wife, and he's holding up these Trump flags and all that. Then they send his ass back to Cuba.
That's hilarious.
No, she's sitting there. I said, nah, man, hey, you was whole hog. One guy even had Trump tattooed on his chest. Now, come on, man.
I see that. They say they were one of the good ones though.
Right, right. He had Trump tattooed on his chest.
What an idiot.
And
Go ahead.
he gets sent back. He get your ass out of here too.
You too. You
right.
too.
And he's just shocked. His wife is shocked. Well, that's my man. Yeah, well, go with him. Go to jail with him. You love him that much? Take your ass down there with him. Like all the Muslims that voted for Trump in Dearborn. Yeah. Trump's going to do something about Palestine. Yeah, he's going to turn it into a parking lot. That's what he's going to do. Okay. Now they're going. He didn't do what he said he was going to do. I said, well, you're so concerned with Palestine. Why don't you take your ass over there and pick up a gun?
It's like. Well, I like to say, though, on behalf of the Muslim population in Dearborn, most of them were not for Trump. They were against Trump and Harris because they both were for Israel, pro-Israel.
Yeah, but no, I understand that over 52% voted for him.
No, I quite the opposite. Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But I heard it was like in the 30s.
Yeah, well, that's a third. That's enough.
But the people who, wait a minute, don't get me wrong. Whoever actually did do that is full of shit. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. But as a demographic, they didn't vote for Trump. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But he had heavy support, and because a lot of those guys they're mayors now, and they're the head of the. Well, if Dearborn, look, but Dearborn is I used to tell Tony this. So I used to drive her through Dearborn when she was a kid. I said, look at the billboards. What do you see? I said they're all Middle Eastern people. And I said, and you know something? Dearborn was one of the most racist goddamn cities anywhere in the United States.
But Bull Connor used to look to Dearborn for support. Bull Connor down the south. He said Orville Hubbard is one of the greatest living Americans. Who was a racist to his heart.
Racist bastard. Right. He's a racist bastard. And I said, now you used to look at Dearborn Fordson High School football in the 70s. It'd be Timmy and Bob and William, and now it's Mohammed and Farhad and and so they've come in. And I'm not saying this as a put down, but they've come in and they've gotten jobs. Like where I used to work at Hollingsworth, we had a heavy Middle Eastern population at Hollingsworth, and those guys will come in, they work, right? Send the money over, bring some people over, they get a job there, and they work, and slowly over 50, 60 years, what do you see? You see the mayor is Middle Eastern. You see that the chief of police is Middle Eastern. A lot of the cops are Middle Eastern. And so they took over. And it's funny how I said, one guy knew. I knew a bunch of guys at work, and I said, what they used to call y'all, man, back in the day? He goes, well, they called us niggas. He goes, right. I said, they called y'all sand niggas, and he looked at me like, what?
You never heard that before?
No. Wow. I said, man. I said, yeah. He's like, damn. I said, right. But now this is what happens when you can come over, build businesses, build infrastructure, and take shit over. All of a sudden, the motherfuckers that didn't like you, all of a sudden, they gotta like you. Okay, I mean, what are they gonna do? I own everything. If you don't like it, get the fuck out, and I'll move somebody else in here. Dearborn's a hell of a case study, man. It really is.
I still think Orville Hubbard's doing 360s real fast in his grave right now.
Oh, hell yeah, man. He was a pig. He was a pig.
Hamtramck's like that too. Hamtramck.
Yes.
Pakistanis.
A lot of people from Yemen there.
Yemen, yeah. My whole route was all people from Yemen over there. The whole South Hamtramck. Yeah. 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
And that's cool. What I always liked about Hamtramck was that time. I don't know if you told me about this, Kevin, or not, but they had this. Somebody was complaining about the Muslim people chanting or something like that.
Oh, the call to prayers.
Call to prayers. And they said, then somebody at the city hall, wherever, city council meeting, wherever, city, they said, no, you can't stop that. Nobody stopped the bells from St. Ladislaus, going off.
Yeah.
And then
Every half hour.
About that story was that they said that made sense. That's right. That's logic. And see, that's what people have to use all the time instead of like just going along with their emotions or all kinds. But think about it. Think about it first. Does that make sense? Well, yeah, because I hear a lot of these hypocrites talk about teaching the Bible in school, but they said so they should have religion in school, right? Yeah. So you can have a picture of the Quran up there too, as long as the Ten Commandments have a picture of the. No. Well, so you're really not talking about freedom of religion. You're talking about freedom to do your religion.
Yeah.
No. That's what you're saying, right? Yeah.
Like they put up that big banner of Charlie Kirk on the what was that, the education building in Washington, along with all those other who else was up there?
That's disgusting. That dude was gutter racist.
Yep.
Then they said in Texas they're going to have one of those what is that, Turning Point? They're going to have an office in every high school in Texas to indoctrinate them kids.
Like that's I think of that as a Nazi youth.
Yeah.
That's all that
Hitler
is.
Youth. Yes, Hitler Youth. Yeah, son, keep pressing, and all hell's gonna break loose up in here.
Yes, it's already started, brother. And it's like, and what you said earlier, I think it's something that people don't understand either. The United States has really been on their high horse about things for 200 years at least. About, well, you can do this, do that. Take those people, tell those people not to do this. Tell those people having the government I don't like over here, get rid of it. But it's never hit home. When they start hitting home, it's going to hit home because you're not going to be messing around with those guys like Russia and China. They're not going to put up with that bullshit.
No. Oh.
And all of Africa, for almost over 200 years before America was America, Africa's been fucked over. And they're going to say like, no, sir. We're not going with you. We're going with these guys. Or we're going alone, but we're not going with you. That's for sure. Right. They made enemies out of the whole Southeast Asia and all of the continent of Africa and most of Central and South America for years, being a bully and kicking everybody there. And that shit's coming, like they always been saying for a long time. Coming home to roost, it's coming home to roost. Nobody.
And you're gonna see just how
biggest liars in history.
You're gonna see just how much backbone these other leaders have.
Yeah.
Because if they start going along with him, I don't want to hear it, man.
Yeah.
Because I heard France was, I don't know, I got to do more research on that, but France might have been buckling under. I said, why? They talking about Iran. I said, one thing I get Iran, they fighting back, small as they are, and guess what? Some servicemen are getting killed over this bullshit.
Over bullshit. And they already killed a bunch of Iranian people and Venezuelans. Right. For civilians. And I'll tell you something though, on that same subject about different countries, it's already coming up because not just in Spain, but among Spanish population, but even the Prime Minister of Spain was talking shit the other day about Trump. And in France, I don't know what the president of France is going to say, but I do know the people of France,
right?
There's no love lost between them and Trump.
I think a few of those countries weren't allowing the United States to use their bases.
Yeah, already.
Like Italy, I think was it Italy and Spain? I think Spain was too.
Definitely Spain. Spain, he told them to go to hell.
Yeah.
So many words.
Oh, this is a mess. This guy is just pushing. It's just so when you see somebody that's that obvious, somebody that's that fucking obvious, and you still gonna say, well, they wouldn't give up their nuclear weapons. Okay, well, suppose he came down your neighborhood and said, everybody give up their guns. I ain't giving up shit. Okay, now you know the feeling, right?
Yeah, exactly. A bully who has more nuclear weapons than anybody in the world is telling you to give up yours. And last year they said they took away their ability to build them for years. The same people that said that, now they're saying they're getting ready, they're right around the corner.
Well, you know something. When if Trump wants to show me how much of a bully he is, okay, I just want him to go pick on North Korea and talk some shit to them. Okay, that's all I want him to do. Quit saying, "Oh, Kim Jong's a great guy." Yeah, because you're scared of that crazy motherfucker. Okay, all right. You know he'll start pressing buttons immediately. Okay,
back to the playground bully thing. You know, playground bully, a smart playground bully, mess with that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's JoJo. Oh, that's Jimmy's little brother. I'm not messing with JoJo. I know better than that. I'm gonna keep on walking. I mess with Captain over here.
Right.
Yeah, but Iran ain't taking it though. You know, they're fighting back.
They're not. Yeah. Look what Vietnam did all those years.
That's right.
By the way, another sore spot with me. It is never talk about apologizing, Kevin Robinson. It's the whole thing about what would you do if somebody was dropping bombs on you, destroyed your city, who killed I don't know how many people, and then he parachutes out of the plane because he got shot down. What would you do with that guy when you caught?
Well, beat his ass till he quit moving. You're right.
I mean, but no. They bring him. They had me in jail. They had me put on, and I was getting brainwashed and tortured. Well, fucker, you're lucky. You should have got shot so you hit the ground. That's it. You think that if somebody did that in the United States, can you imagine somebody's dropping bombs on people in Houston, Texas, or Detroit, Michigan, or Antioch, California, that matter, and they caught them?
Right.
They would have been braised like a barbecue side of beef. They would
because everything we do is righteous, and everybody else ain't shit. That's all it is, man.
It's unbelievable.
Don't mess with Kim Jong. He's the guy that one of his military guys fell asleep during the meeting, and he put his ass up against the wall and shot him with a rocket launcher. I'm serious. Wendell, look it up. Look it up, man. Look it up, man. I said, shit. This man mean business. Then now the joke side of that is that the sales of no-dos went up exponentially the next day. Okay. Everybody was taping their eyes open and shit.
Pouring water on their heads at the meeting.
On their head, everything.
The glass with the eyes painted on.
Wearing the glasses, right, with the eyes popping out of it. I mean, I said, damn, a rocket launcher. And he did it. He didn't get you, shoot that guy. He did it, man. I said, this is a hands-on president right here, boy. He ain't fucking around, boy. Shit, I needed him when I was working at the warehouse, man. Hands-on prayers, man. But you notice, he got nothing but love for him. But yeah, because
that's
you drop one bomb on North Korea, they launching every goddamn thing.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. What's this thing about? I heard somebody say, actually out loud, something that I heard in the background for a long time, that they want nuclear war
to start off Armageddon.
Yeah. Is that sick or what?
They say they've been telling the soldiers. I haven't heard no. They just
I just heard more. They said some soldiers were complaining about that.
Yeah,
that's some truly shit.
Well, see but that's how one of the reasons my mother, when we were kids, Vietnam was going on. She told me, she said, no, none of my kids are going to Vietnam. If I got to carry you the Canada on my back, I will. I'll never forget that. And she says, no way in hell I'm going to have you getting over there being sacrificed, for this bullshit that's here.
That's what it is.
And Kevin, man, and I know you were in the military. I've never been in, but I met a guy in college, and God, what was his name? I forget his name. We used to play pool together, and he told me, he said, "Oh yeah, man." He says, "I've been to Vietnam." He says, "And it's fucked up." He says, "Totally fucked up." But you know what's really fucked up? I said, "What?" He says, "I couldn't wait to get there. They had me so hyped up, in basic training and all. They had me so hyped that I couldn't wait. I was chomping at the bit to go kill me some gooks. You know, I was really. Then I got in the middle of that shit. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know, he said, then luckily I got out of it. You know, I did my tour and got the hell out. You know, he says, but man, that taught me something about how they brainwashed you. That's what they basically did. And these guys feel like, well, this is my job. I said, well, it's no different from when you caught Nazis in the 40s and they said, well, I was just doing what I was told.
Yeah.
It's that's not, I'm sorry, that's not an excuse.
Yeah, right. You're right.
I remember, Wendell, you saying something about Andre. Remember Andre when he was
Andre Wilson. Yeah.
How he said they just brainwashed him, right?
Andre is a great guy. Andre is a great guy. And I remember he was talking, he had a lot of good things he told me. And he was definitely left of liberal in general. I remember him saying things like, yeah, you grow up, man. He grew up on Farnsworth in Detroit. And he said, yeah, grow up. And he said, first you go to school. He said, that's how some people think that they just, you know, they can get this lock set plate, this plate of what you stipulated, what you're supposed to do. You go to school, you get out, go to the army, get married, get a job, you retire, you die. And, there's little thing in between. But he would talk stuff all the time. But then when it comes to Vietnam, all of a sudden he was talking to us. Most of the time he was really cool. But the idea of that he was a soldier, a Marine at that, kind of like trumped everything. I said, Andre, I don't understand, man. You see, very progressive. You understand what the war was about. You understand the whole thing about capitalist imperialism and all that kind of stuff. But yet you want to defend the Marines all the time. I don't understand it, man. And we're throwing mail, right? So you kind of look through the other side to the person next to you. There's this case here, and you look the other side. And I said, I don't understand it. Why you still love Marines? And then I didn't hear anything for around 10 seconds. He turns around and goes, he looks through the case and goes, I'm brainwashed.
Yeah, well.
But you got to get a certain level of brainwashing in order to, especially if you're a thinking human being, which Andre definitely a very intelligent man, in order to get to a point where you will do something like that, you have to convince yourself that, well, this is all right, and compartmentalize that away from everything else. Because obviously, if you put all of Andre's other thoughts about everything together, it didn't equal, I'm going to go to join Marines to fight these guys that have nothing against me, and I have nothing against them for a bunch of assholes that have everything against me, and all they want to do is use my body and my life to make themselves richer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I knew two people in the projects that went to Nam. One was Larry Curley's brother, and he got killed like July. Larry Curley, yeah, that was his name.
That's 2/3 of Three Stooges.
I know, Larry Curley and Moo Curley, but his brother got killed in 1967, I believe, July 3rd or 4th.
Wow.
And the tank got, they hit the tank with a mortar or something, and it couldn't move, and then they finished him off with a grenade. They threw it inside the thing and blew everybody up in there, right? Then this other guy that I knew was big brother to some friends of mine. And I remember one time we were talking about, yeah, man, you've been to Vietnam, I heard this, and we were kids, we were little kids. And he sat us down, man, and he told us, he says, no, man, this is not what you think it is. And he started telling us, I remember correctly, about how he got separated. He comes across a VC. He said, we both look at each other like, why don't we just go opposite directions and call it a day? But nobody is trusting the other person. Mm-hmm. He said, so there's no ammunition, nothing. Everything's out. They just start fighting. And he was a big guy. He said, and he says, I choked this guy to death. And he had tears run down. He said, so I'm looking at this guy. He's looking at me while I'm choking him. And why am I killing this guy? I don't know this dude. He has a family, And he says, and he's crying. He says, don't ever, glorify war. Never. He said, never do that. And man, I never forgot that. I came across him years later. you know, when I was a grown man, you know, like 30 years later, something like that. And he remembered me, but I never would bring that story up because I didn't want him to relive that, you know. And I mean, man, and one guy told me about he's talking about Nam. I said, man, I said, what would y'all I said, what would this is not funny, but I said, what would y'all do if like a colonel or something told you to do something that was just suicidal? And he looked at me, he said, we frag him. Just like that. He said it. And I think I know who said this to me. But every time I see them, I don't want to say anything about that because I don't want to bring that back up. But he said, matter of fact, he said, we frag him, man. We just frag him. We got, you know, this is crazy. You know, it's not enough being over here. You just telling me to go get killed. Okay, no, fuck that.
It's time for survival.
I heard a lot about that kind of thing, and I always associated that with Vietnam, right? But then I was looking at some stuff or reading some stuff. I can't remember what. All this stuff, this information all the time. But they were talking about back in the Civil War. And sorry. It's not Civil War. It wasn't Civil War. It was the First World War. First World War, the Great War, right? World War I. And they were talking about that same type of thing. It's like you get these guys fresh from West Point telling you that we're going to do something crazy. Right. What would happen is they would just disappear. So apparently this is something that's not a new thing. Somebody says, "Oh, well, hey everybody, my name is JoJo, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and tomorrow we're going to attack."
Right.
Nope. I know what I heard. I think about Civil War because I'm reading this book right now about this guy. It was a memoir of this fellow, French, Breton. I should say not French. He calls himself Breton instead of French. From Breton, as a peasant from the 1800s. He lived from 1831 to like 1907. Like anyway, his memoir is really interesting. But he's talking about this is during the Franco-Prussian War. Yes, and it's that same kind of thing there. That's how he was talking about the same kind of thing that happened in there. I'm not the Crimean War. I'm sorry, the Crimean War.
I mean, all right.
I'm not. We're not going to. What happened? What happened to Captain So-so? He got killed overnight. We're not going to attack today.
You know what the theme song was Crimea River. Okay, that's a bad pun, isn't it?
Excellent joke. That's an excellent joke.
That's bad.
Hey, I had a frag supervisor one time, huh?
What's that?
I had a frag supervisor one time.
You're gonna finish that 12-hour route in 8 hours. No, I'm not.
On that note, I gotta go.
Okay, I guess it is getting late here too. All right, well, how about a theme song for today? Do we have a theme song?
Oh, let's put on 10 Soldier that you put on Facebook this morning.
Great. I will play that. And that nice old dude too. And that's a badass band, cover band. They do All Small Faces and Humble Pie. I think they're Marriott. They're Marriott fans. They call it Pie Face. They do Humble Pie and Small Faces.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so cool. But I would like to dedicate this show and all the shows to our respected mothers, who I think are wonderful people, and Miss Robinson, Miss Thompson, and Miss Woods. Thank you so much for everything.
And Miss Davis as well.
And Miss Davis. Thank you.
And Miss Davis. That's right.
That's right.
All right. Till next week. Till next week.
Okay, well, I can't find the thing right now. We'll play it next. We can talk about music next time. What do you say? Steve Marriott?
Yeah, who cares?
Who's that?
I'm gonna say I won't say your mom. I was gonna say your mom. It's automatic, you know. But I'll carry it. What?
I said, are you ready?
Oh, we got to sing.
Oh yeah.
What you say? What'd you say?
What?
I can.
Ooh,
what?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go bathroom. I'll see you.
Okay, I'll see y'all later. And bye, everybody.
Bye. See you, Kev.
All right, brother. You take care, man.
All right.
All right. Yeah, go handle that bladder, brother.
Yeah.
Wendell, Kevin, that's a show. We talk about things you wanna know. From the bay we come to you with the freshest point of view. Watkins leads the way tonight. Gonna make your evening bright. WKKS, tune in now and join the fest. WKKS, hope you like our show the best. Topics flow from left to right. Day or night, we keep it tight. Sports or hearts or global news. Pick your flavor, pick your view. Watkins got that.